Hi. So today I'm going to talk about something that I haven't really talked about before, which is bullying and especially ostracizing. Basically, when I think of bullying, there are two types. There's the positive bullying, and I don't mean positive like it's a good thing, I mean present, and then negative bullying, which is like absent. Positive bullying tends to be like bullying where people actually do something to you or to someone that is visible and physical, maybe, and something you can definitively point to and say, that's mean, or it's bullying. Negative bullying is more difficult to pin down. It's elusive. It's other people not doing stuff. And a really good example of this is alienation. I experienced a lot of this in middle school because I was in a very small community where there were a lot of cliques and a lot of people who suddenly decided that I wasn't cool anymore or whatever. My 8th grade self was really self-conscious and shy and didn't know that it was everyone else who was the problem and not me. I thought that because everyone just seemed to, just not pay attention to me or just think that maybe I wasn't even there sometimes, something was wrong with me when really it wasn't. I thought I was a blank personality, that I didn't have a personality. I didn't know who or what I was. I had a few friends, and you know who you are. They really helped, but it was one of the loneliest times of my life. I was such an introvert. I was so very afraid of people judging me. Everything I did, I was so self-conscious. I remember being dropped off by my dad every day and begging him to not make me get out of the car, because when I did, I would turn into some ugly, horrible, gross, unwanted thing that wasn't even a person. I told my parents about it, obviously, and they were very supportive. They understood how hard it was and what it felt like. They asked me at the end of 7th grade, do you want to stay here or do you want to go somewhere else, to a different school? And I made the decision to stay another year and finish 8th grade and then leave. And I guess that was more of a sentimental thing. I was a super reclusive 8th grader. I visited the library every day. It was my safe place. Books really saved me. They took me out of my pain. I read a ton. I read so much. I think I read at least 100 or more books. But when I wasn't in school, free during recess and stuff, I wouldn't want to go outside because I would just go outside and I'd see all the popular girls and they would be gathered around laughing about, oh, this and that, and they'd be wearing their skinny jeans and their black eyeliner, and silly 8th grade me thought that, oh, if I get skinny jeans and black eyeliner, I will be just as good as them. Which I did, and it didn't work. Surprise, right? So I just tried to find material things outside of myself to solve the problem that was me. I realized that, I was never the problem, it was them. Which is so hard to realize, because when it seems like everyone else is acting the same way toward you, then it's definitely you. For the longest time, I didn't recognize any of this, social exclusion as bullying, because when I think of bullying, I think of, hey kid, give me your money kind of thing. But according to several sites like bullyfreeatwork.com, it definitely is. So I have a couple of my notebooks here, actually, from middle school, and I'm just gonna read. People don't like me. I don't know who I am. How are they supposed to know? I'm afraid people don't accept me. I hate popularity. I hate evilness. I feel like screaming. Rebels eat mean people. So apparently at one time I felt like eating people. Great! Basically I felt like this complete nerd, which I've now learned is actually a wonderful thing. I was and am really smart, but back then I felt like it weighed me down. I had these glasses and these braces and these like long sheet of messy hair, and I just felt like the ugliest thing ever, which is totally a social construct that nerd is bad, and it's not. I guess I labeled myself this. No one ever called me a nerd. No one called me anything, which is sort of the point. Man, I would walk into a room and people would not look up. It was like I was nothing. This really happened to me, and if it's happening to you, I want you to know that it's not going to happen forever, even though it feels like it is. When people tell you, just be yourself, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what is myself? I don't know what myself is. To that, I would remedy, just be. Don't try and be anything, because when you try to be anything, you're trying, and you're trying to please people, and you're trying to please yourself. And sometimes you just gotta stop. You just gotta be like, you know what? I'm just gonna exist right now, and I'm not gonna focus on trying to be cool or be whatever myself is. Talk to someone, make sure that someone who cares about you knows that you feel sucky. And if you are watching this and you're like, no one cares, well, you gotta think harder, because there's gotta be someone. And even if it doesn't seem like there is, there are at least people who would care if they knew. Physically remove yourself from the area in which these toxic people are, because no matter what it seems like, you are not the problem. They're the problem. And once I removed myself from that, I got so much better. I didn't realize how depressed I was. I was still an introvert. I was still scared of what people thought of me. But I went to a different school, and I hung out and met people who over time became my friends. And now I'm an extrovert-ish. I'm not alone anymore. And I talk to people and I try stuff. Whenever I see a scared kid or younger person, or even someone my age who is, maybe not the center of the conversation, maybe they're in a corner, maybe they're just sort of by themselves not knowing what to do, I talk to them and I say like, hey, what's up? And I just sort of talk about anything. I don't try and think it through too much, because when that happens, it's like the judge in your head is like, bad idea. Moral of the story is, you can't know how awesome and how great you really are until you remove yourself from a place where everyone around you treats you like you are nothing. I hope this helps. I found other sources that were similar and very helpful, and things I wish I knew when I was in middle school. And yeah, that's about it.